guys are ready for double overtime.
I don't think Monse is. She's ready for that selfie.
I am ready.
All right. Well, the cameras are rolling.
Yeah. Welcome to Double Overtime, everybody. Don't hate on the selfie, John.
I'm not hating on the selfie.
You were kind of a little
I take a lot of selfies too.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is John. I am Monse. We are here to talk to you about some sports once again.
It's true.
Right?
That's what we do every week.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Haven't seen you in, like a day.
It's been a whole day.
It's been like a day.
I know.
Feels weird.
Well, I mean, that day was a day of drinking. I know you enjoyed yourself.
Why do you have to say things that...
I had some drinks too. It was a drinking holiday.
It was a drinking...
I mean...
Yeah, what was the holiday, John?
Cinco de Mayo.
And what does that mean?
That means the 5th of May.
Yes, but what does that mean in the sense of why it's a holiday?
It means Mexico beat up France one time.
Oh, good job.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you didn't say it was Mexican Independence Day.
No, that's not right.
It's most people think that.
I mean,
or should I say most white people think that?
Oh, all right.
Isn't that's what they're drinking for?
They're just drinking because it's a day to drink.
That is true.
But everybody's apparently Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
That is also true.
Everyone's Mexican on Cinco de Mayo. Everybody just wants to drink.
Everyone just wants to drink. That is true. All right. But you know who's probably not drinking?
I guess professional athletes.
Exactly.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but we're going to assume.
We're going to assume that they are not. You know, we haven't really spoken about baseball. We're going to talk a little bit about everything today. We're going to talk a little bit about everything. That made sense.
Yeah.
We're going to hit some baseball.
Hit the major sports.
We're going to hit some soccer. We're going to hit some NBA. Mm-hmm. But let's start with baseball.
All right, let's do it.
About a month and a half into the season.
Yeah.
And we have some surprises in the league.
That's definitely true.
Right?
Well, one, not so much. I mean, Yelich is not really that a surprise or big of a surprise because, he just got the MVP last year. But this Bellinger business is ridiculous.
Yes. Let's talk about Beli and Yeli.
Okay.
Isn't that so cute?
I guess
Beli and Yeli. That's so adorable. Beli and Yeli, they are definitely, putting on a show. And Yelich was injured. He came back, hit another home run.
Right.
He is on it. He leads the majors with 15.
He has 15, and Belly's right behind him with 14.
Right behind him. They were tied for the most up until May 1st. They were tied for the record, and they both had 14. They are both doing so well.
They really are. I mean, you kind of have to give it a little bit more to Bellinger since his batting average is still over 400. And in May, that's insane. Now, granted, Yelich is still hitting, I think, 350 and still hitting for 15 home runs. So he's not doing that bad. Clearly, they need to be the highest paid baseball players, unlike, your homie here, Manny, doing too well.
Which, listen, I don't like this guy. In fact, thank you for bringing him up. Let's deface him a
keep
little bit
working
more.
on the art.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep defacing him
Well, he did hit
bit.
Quite a few home runs against the Dodgers when he saw them here recently. He hit a couple off Hill and I think one off Kershaw as well. So he shows that he can at least still make good contact.
I mean, let's be real. He's also had some really good plays off of third base and shortstop.
Oh, no. He has been doing great stuff on
It's annoying that I see those plays. He makes it look so effortlessly, but I guess since he doesn't hustle, that's perfect for him.
Exactly. The man's natural. Don't
give him that much credit.
He's natural.
Don't give him that much credit.
Wakes up and he's like, baseball.
But it's true. It's so true. Those picks that he's having lately and just kind of so gracefully throwing the ball to first base like it's no big deal, literally by the dugout, and he gets it over there. It's incredible. It amazes me.
Oh, it's true. But I mean, the reason they're paying him is the long ball. It's all about the long ball, and he is not hitting as many as they probably want him to, but he's still at least hitting some home runs right now. Like he's hitting more than good old Bryce Harper.
Oh, yeah.
Who can't seem to make contact with a volleyball if it was thrown at him. Man, he is bad.
He's super bad. He actually went 3 games in a row without a single hit.
Right, and is being booed on the regular.
Again. Did you know he was tweeted by the band Smash Mouth? Okay.
Oh, really?
And this is what they said. Yo, Bryce, told you not to go to Philly. Bad word. I'm not going to say it. Told you not to go to Philly. The San Francisco Giants fans never boo their own players. You were led by money only, so swim in the sea of booze now. How much do you love your agent now? Worth the taxes you saved? Smash Mouth.
Wow. Well, I guess Smash Mouth needs to be relevant again, because who's talking about Smash Mouth? But that's
Now
fine.
we are.
I guess we are now.
So they're doing well.
We're getting a resurgence thanks to their hate of Bryce Harper. But look, I don't know if things would have been better for him in San Francisco. Yes, maybe he would not have been booed by his own fans, but I mean, he still wouldn't be producing anything. He'd be on a even worse team because the Giants are at the bottom of the barrel.
They are at the bottom.
Yeah, they're not the worst team in baseball, which is apparently the Marlins, who still haven't even won 10 games yet.
I know.
That's pathetic. We're in May and you can't even get 10 victories.
Do you see the stadium? Like, there's a couple of people scattered around.
There's more fish in that stadium than that.
The Clippers.
You said that you will boo them if they have
Oh, right. I would boo a player on the Clippers. We'll get
yes,
there.
We know that you would boo as a Clippers fan, but
Of course.
But you're not gonna. Here's the thing: in San Francisco, they are a lot nicer there,
Yeah.
especially because they've won recent championships. You know, things are
Right.
nice
You
for them.
still, you're still on a high as a fan if you're a Giants fan, because they gave you so many championships, every other year, so many times.
Right.
So yeah, but the Miami games,
Yeah.
it's like 5 people in the stands.
Yeah. Again, there's more fish in the aquarium than there are people out in the stands. It's pathetic.
It's insane. Yes, not even 10 wins. Giants at least have 15 wins. But back to the Phillies, despite Harper's not so fun game lately, the Phillies are, at the top of the National League East.
Right. Well, I mean, for now. But here's the thing.
Correct.
The team is doing well despite him.
Despite the money they're losing.
Right. And I think a lot of it is that the fact that they have to pitch around Bryce Harper, because even though he's not doing well, you have to believe that the threat is there.
Right. You
Don't
don't
know
want to
why.
believe
Yeah.
that this is what you're going to get for the
Exactly.
next 13 years.
Right. Yeah.
You have to have hope. You have to believe.
You have to believe.
You have to believe. Now, what about the Mariners? Seattle Mariners, they're doing really well. They are not as great as they were at the start of April, but they're still there. They're right now. Are they the real deal, or are they?
No, they always do this. They do this
Okay.
nearly every year. Like every year they start off really hot, and then when you get to July or August, everyone's like, oh wait, weren't they good? I thought they were good. And that's usually how it goes, because I mean, the Mariners have the longest streak, I think, of any professional team of not making it to the postseason. So they do this a lot. There's been many years where people are like, oh, the Mariners. And then when we get to September, people are like, oh, they missed it. Darn it, they didn't even get the wild card. They were at top of the division the whole year, and then they fell apart. And that's probably what's going to happen again.
You think it's because of their gloomy weather?
Well, they don't really have to worry about it because they can just close the dome.
Right, but I feel like here in LA we have such nice weather. Like, it's
I think
easy.
the players are depressed.
Yeah,
These
what if
millionaires
they get
like,
depressed?
I just want to
Like-
see some sun.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like you say, they start off so well, and granted, like baseball is such a long season.
Yeah.
In terms of games, 162 games in the regular season. That's a lot.
It is a lot of
That's
games.
a lot. Comparison to like football, where it's 16 in the regular season.
Yeah, but I think they'd take a little more abuse.
Oh,
per game.
100%.
A little bit
For
more.
sure. It's a very different style of game, 100%. But it's still a lot of games.
That's true.
So you think the Mariners are not the real deal?
I think they're going to still fall apart as they usually do, because I think that division is still going to be won by the Astros. I think they're
Yes.
still going to take it.
And the Astros, I know it's super early, but a lot of people are favoring them to get to the World Series.
Well, because they haven't made a lot of changes since when they last won the World Series. I mean, even last year, it's not like they were that bad of a team. They just
Right.
ran into the, Red Sox, who were just destroying everybody at
Yeah.
that time. And they're not doing too great right now, but there's still more season. So it could happen.
There's so much more season. Yeah, the Red Sox, well, the American League East, the Rays are at the top of that, which I'm all for that. I mean, I don't know if it's going to stay.
Well, the Rays have, every so often their miracle year, and I think this could be it for them. I mean,
I like that.
Like they have miracle years, like the time they went to the World Series and everyone was
Right.
like, the Rays are in the world. I didn't even know this was a baseball team.
I know.
So
People forget that they went. Like, if you were to list the most recent, World Series, people don't really bring in the Rays to that list. It's so
no
funny.
one's gonna add them to the list.
No, nobody adds them to the list.
Because they got beat pretty badly when they got there, but
But they still, they still got there.
they still got there.
So the Yankees and the Red Sox, they had a really rough start, but they're both seeming to pick up, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the Red Sox, They had no excuse. The Yankees at least have.
Everyone's injured.
Right.
Everybody's injured. Everyone and their mom.
Right.
Everyone's injured.
Their mamas are hurt?
It seems like
no.
it. It seems like it. But they're getting, they're slowly making their way, and they're both, I think, kind of getting into the right mindset, getting into the flow. It's so early in the game. They could, do some damage.
Oh, I expect them to.
Right.
I mean, when everyone was talking about, the woes of the Red Sox, I'm like, yo, it's just April.
Everybody calm down.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone relax.
And everyone's like, the Mariners are great. But that's what people love about the drama of baseball because it's so long. Your team can be good at some point in time in the year.
Yes. Yeah.
Are they good when it matters? Maybe not.
That's
but
the
they
question.
probably had at least one good time, except for the Marlins, except for them. The Marlins are really bad.
It's just unbelievable.
Well, the Marlins, I mean, again, they need to win more than just 9 games.
Now, do you blame Derek Jeter for the way he's running that organization?
Yeah, come on now. You're giving away your best players.
Like Derek Jeter.
I'm not saying Derek Jeter's a bad person. Derek Jeter, you're a good man.
You're a good man.
People love you, Derek Jeter.
I love you. I became a baseball fan because of you.
You're probably not the only woman. But
Yes, that's true.
yeah, the ladies love themselves some Derek Jeter.
This is true. Am I right, ladies? Am I right?
All right, yeah. So please comment on how much you love Derek Jeter
Let
on this
us
next
know.
episode. But again, he's destroying this team.
Yeah.
The Marlins look really bad, and it's mainly because he's getting rid of their good players.
Could there be a long-term goal? Like, could this be a way of kind of wiping
The
out
process?
like the process, sort of? You know what I mean? Like, do you think they're like, all right, we're gonna be bad for the next couple of seasons, but that way we can create cap space and have the money and really kind of turn everything over?
But it doesn't matter in baseball. Like, if you have money, you can pay whatever you want.
That's true.
So it's not like they need space in the
But it's
cap.
saying in the sense of like wiping out and kind of starting fresh.
I mean, I guess
You can't do that in a snap. You got to kind of do it.
Right. Ultimately,
the
that's
years.
probably what he's claiming that they're doing.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we got to, clean house and then reset anew. And, maybe it'll work out for him. But I'm sure if they don't have results in the next 2 or 3 years,
Right.
the Marlins are going to have to make some decisions on Derek Jeter.
Seriously, because it's bad.
Yeah, they're going to have an attendance of maybe 500,000 people in the past 18 years.
How sad is that? If you think of those numbers, that's so sad.
Right.
Now, the Red Sox, a little bit of drama here on baseball, I guess you can say. The Red Sox obviously are the champs, and they get to go to the White House. Manager Alex Cora has officially said he will not be going to the White House.
Oh, they don't want to meet Trump?
No, he does not. He and 11 others, part of the team. I think it's 7 players and then other maybe coaches but it's him plus another 11 people on the team have refused to go.
Have there been this many teams against meeting the president in the past?
No.
I don't think so.
Not even sort of.
I mean, this is
not even
ridiculous.
at all. It's not even, I don't even think it's been a conversation of whether or not you're going to go.
Right.
It's been expected that you're going to go.
Right.
Right. Alex Cora, though, I'm gonna give him a lot of credit because he didn't just say, I'm not going to go. He said why. And it has to do with Puerto Rico. He is the first Puerto Rican manager. And he is just, my country is still, it's a country part of the U.S., even though
Considered a territory, right?
right,
Yeah.
even though the president doesn't think so. He kind of
Come on. Do you really think Donald Trump knows what's going on in the U.S. of A?
I would like to
Probably
think
doesn't
so.
even know Guam is part of us. He has no idea.
He doesn't know much. But it's because of that. And I give him full, support. I think he's right. He definitely should not go. And I actually judge the rest of the team. Why are you going? Your manager, your coach is directly affected by this. And you're still going to go. Am I
think
wrong to feel like that?
No, but at the same time, some people have dreamed about getting a chance to go to the White House. It doesn't matter who the president is. There's something about being invited to the White House, because I've never been invited to the White House. I don't think you've been invited.
Listen,
Has
for
anybody
real?
in here been invited to the White House? Anybody in the viewing
Liverpool
world?
fan? Yes.
You've been invited to the White House? All right, well, somebody has been invited to the White House here in this room.
Somebody has.
But I know I haven't. So, if I was invited during the time of Obama, of course I'm going to be up there.
Well, duh. I'm sure you would have been there, the first one there.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have been there a week early.
would've
Guys,
been-
I'm going to show up to the White House a whole week ahead so I can talk to...
I just want to know the lay of the land.
Right.
Talk to the chefs.
Me too.
Get my food in.
But for real, Donald Trump doesn't even have a dog. Like right there. That alone should tell you.
You might have allergies.
I don't care.
What?
Don't tell me. I'm allergic to life. And
you've been making it for a long time, and I'm proud of you.
Do you not see me when I'm dying of allergies sometimes? Have you ever seen me?
I mean, I've seen you, but
it's literally like death is upon me. I have to pop a Zyrtec or something.
Get a little life on you there. See if you start sneezing.
No, I already took a Zyrtec.
Oh, okay.
Zyrtec is my jam.
Are they a sponsor?
They should be.
Okay.
Zyrtec, yes. Because Allegra does not work for me.
We'll figure out what their slogan is, and we'll give them their little shout out next time.
I'm pretty sure Ed O'Neill is the voice behind like a lot of the Zyrtec commercials.
Oh, okay.
I think so. All right. So I'm giving credit to Alex Cora. I don't think the team should go. That's all I'm saying. Because let's be real. Why go?
I mean, I wouldn't show up. But again, some people have a dream of going to the White House.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And not surprising, most of the players that are not going look like us.
I would assume as much. Yeah.
Like, think of all the players, David Price, Mookie Betts. Definitely, they won't be there.
Yeah. Well, if you show up and you are brown, you're probably going to be removed from the community. Or at least you're going to have a blemish on your black card. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Or your brown card. Whatever color the card is.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the Angels. They have the best player.
He's doing okay, but the team is still bad.
They're still bad. Do you think that they have any hope at all of making the playoffs this year?
No,
you don't believe that they can do it.
Well, they have new management, so they're going to use that as an excuse.
And granted, they are in a tough division. That matters a lot too.
But the division hasn't changed. They've always been in this tough division. You're right. They should know what they need to do to start winning in this division.
That's
and
true.
Paying one guy $400+ million is not how you're going to get it done. You need to bring him some help.
Yeah,
but
100%.
He doesn't seem to care about the help.
He doesn't. It's so funny. And like, even the Angels organization, like the fans, like everyone just kind of is happy to be part of this team in a sense.
Right. Well, I mean, they just do this regularly. They've already done it with Pujols. They just love giving people a bunch of money and hoping for the best.
And then showing up and having a cocktail as you watch the game.
Right. They're in beautiful Southern California weather.
Right next to Disneyland.
That's right. They get to see some fireworks. If the game isn't going so well, they can leave early and look at Disney and check out the fireworks happening.
It's true. It's true. Now let's talk about their crosstown rivals. The Dodgers. We did talk a little bit about Cody.
Yeah.
But let's talk about
the
Belly Bomber. Talk about the Dodgers. What do you think they are lacking right now? They're hitting well, but to be honest with you, I think the pitching is not what we were expecting this year. In the sense,
you're being very kind.
I am being very kind. They are not doing well.
Yeah, Jansen is pretty bad right now.
Jansen, Walker Buehler is not delivering. He's not doing terribly,
right?
But he's also not delivering what people thought after last season.
It's true. Yeah. His expectations were really high. And I think that's really what the problem is. If you're looking at him just being a starting pitcher, he's fine. But everybody's like, he's our next Kershaw. He's going to take the reins and take us to the promised land. I was like, let's calm down.
Better relax.
Let's just see what he can do
Take a
after
Zyrtec. Chill.
a season. So now we're seeing, what he really kind of is as a pitcher. Not that it's bad. It's just he's probably going to be one of those guys that gives us good outings. And sometimes they'll be a little taxed. He might have a few people on base, might give up some runs. But for the most part, he's at least proven that he's a good starter.
Yeah,
he might not be the best, but he's a good starter.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's his second year.
Right.
He could build up to it. It's just, maybe you're right. Maybe the expectation was a little much for him.
It was a little high.
And especially being in LA, like you have more spotlight in certain markets, which is crazy, Like you go to New York, it's going to be, they're going to be on you. Here in LA, they're going to be on you.
Unless you're on the Mets.
Unless you're on the Mets.
They don't care about the
they
Mets.
don't care. But they have other things to worry about.
Right.
But still, it's I think the Dodgers need to figure out a way where they don't rely just on their hitting.
They need to find a new closer. I don't want to say Kenley Jansen is bad, but something's not right. His cutter's not moving. He's getting blasted on. His ERA is worse than Pedro Baez.
Ooh.
I thought I would never have to say some shit. A statement.
I know.
That's hard to say.
That is hard to say. And he just had a grand slam. Oh, pinch hit, walk off grand slam.
That's pitiful.
Can you...
Yeah. That's the last thing you're supposed to be doing as a closer.
That
is
is
giving up
literally
a grand slam.
pinch hitting.
If it's like one home, a single blast, you're like, oh, well, that's unfortunate, but you'll get them next time.
Yeah.
A grand slam? Those aren't even supposed to be happening that often in the first place, let alone in the 9th inning. Dude.
I know.
That's sad.
You know what also doesn't happen as often?
What's that?
In soccer, the Copa Oro.
Yes.
What did I say?
The Copa Oro. That's what you said.
I love that. I love that. The CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen as often.
It doesn't.
we're
Last
gonna get one.
champions were the U.S. of A.
The U.S. of A.
That's right. We did it. We won it.
We did it. We won it. Like you had anything to do with it.
I had a
wasn't
lot
even
to do
watching
with
a
it.
match during that time.
I didn't watch one match, but my support was there for America
Merca.
with Puerto Rico. I count them as 51.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're close enough, and they give us so much rum.
They
might as
do.
well be 51.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
We're gonna get that this year. Mid-June is when it's gonna start. We already have the group set up. I'm looking forward to it. For the first time, there are gonna be 16 teams versus 12, so that's exciting. And it's gonna go beyond North America.
Right.
So we're gonna play in Central America, in Costa Rica.
Wow,
Vamos a ir pura vida.
Now Costa Rica has won hasn't won it yet, but but they have some of the highest points. They're like third highest points.
They do well. They just can't finish it. That has been the history from.
No, it's not because of their defense. They have like the best goalie.
We do have a great goalie. Navas, one of the greatest goalies right now around the world, top 10. You couldn't argue that. Just doesn't always pick the right teams outside of Costa Rica.
Is he following the money?
Probably. That could be.
You can't blame a
it.
man for following money.
I guess, but it's like I would want to play. And the team he's on, they don't want to play him.
Yeah, that is strange. But I mean, if the money is clearing, I guess. But he gets to at least go back to his country and, represent there, because they're not going to bench him, are they?
Yeah.
So
I guess it's true. I mean, we're going to see. We'll see what happens. But I'm excited to kind of see these new guys come and play. It's a way for, especially like the U.S. wasn't in the World Cup. It's a way to showcase these new players.
Right. It's true.
So
maybe the U.S. will win this. I mean, they have a history of doing it. Not as good of a history as Mexico, though, because they've won more than any other country.
Yeah, Mexico has won 7 titles of this tournament. And then it's the U.S. with 6. Canada has won 1. Out of the teams we have playing in this Copa Oro, who do you think could be a surprise? Who do you guys think could be a surprise? I mean, obviously, we're all expecting Mexico and U.S. to do well. Who do you think could be a surprise?
Well, now that I've found out some interesting information about Martinique, I'm going with them. Apparently, they get to just use the French players from France because they're a French colony. That seems a bit strange to me, but you know what? If that's allowed, then they're going to be a strong team. Like, France is one of the best teams in the world. Like, I don't know a whole lot about soccer, but I know they bring it. So it's going to make things a little difficult for those in their bracket, like including Canada and Mexico.
It's true. It's true. And obviously, Canada, you can't dismiss them either. You can't. But
I think you can.
You think so?
Yeah.
Listen, Steve Nash. I have a little piece of my heart with Canada because of Steve Nash.
Well, but he's not he played soccer, but he's not a soccer player.
Did you know he was better in soccer than he was in basketball?
I mean, I guess you can say that, but I don't have any like real proof of it. I saw his hands, so his hands were pretty nasty. I guess I need to see what his feet can do.
That's true, but apparently he was really, really good. But you guys, you're listening to us. Who do you think could be the surprise team coming out of this year's Gold Cup? Besides the obvious, Mexico, USA. Right. Who else? You think Martinique? Maybe yes. And you know what? I feel like you can't dismiss Honduras. Honduras can usually, they kind of surprise you sometimes.
All right.
But we'll see.
Well, let's do a little friendly bet here. Let's see whose team can go further.
Well, no, my team is going to be Costa Rica.
So that's the team you're taking?
Well,
to see
duh. I'm just saying that Honduras can surprise you. Listen, that's what I'm saying.
All right, well.
So who are you picking?
Well, I'm going Mexico, and I'm going to say it properly.
Like for the whole thing?
Well, to see the team, look, we'll see which of our teams goes the furthest. I think Mexico will go much further than Costa Rica.
John.
Maybe it's still that tequila in my veins.
No me
from
gusta
yesterday.
lo que estás diciendo.
Sí.
Sí. Listen. How about we? Okay, fine. Well,
Cause see, if you lose this bet, Monse, I'm gonna have you wear a Lakers.
I'm not
jersey.
wearing Lakers or anything.
Yeah, you're gonna wear it's Lottie Diva. You know you love Lottie.
I do. Lottie, hey boo. Yes,
Come on, you
I
love that Lottie. So we're
I
gonna
love Lottie when he was in Sacramento.
well, it's kind of got some purple on the jersey, so it's close enough. So we'll have. Come on, like when you lose a bet, Monse, it's not supposed to be something you want to do. You're gonna have me do 30 push-ups. You think I want to do 30 push-ups?
Maybe I'm gonna make you do 40.
All right, as long as I can get a 40 afterwards, I'll do 40 push-ups.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fine. Well, now
right.
you're making me question whether I want to pick my home team, Costa Rica. Now maybe I should have picked USA.
Hey, well, it's too late now.
No, because
It's already been
I thought we
recorded.
were betting something different. You're saying who's gonna get further, right?
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna bet something different.
Like
I'm
who
gonna
actually
stick with
straight
it.
up wins it?
No, I thought we were gonna pick the first match, but it's fine. So you
Yeah.
think Mexico's gonna go further than Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Fine. I will stick with my team.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I will stick with it. Fine.
We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll be 2-0 on our bets.
Nobody likes you.
I do.
No. Anybody else?
We like it.
Yeah,
right.
Luis.
So nobody likes neither of you.
How about people out there? Do you like me?
Tell him no. Don't. His
like
head is
me.
big enough. It barely fits through these doors. So please
Whoa.
no.
That's not as big as this head, though. We
Is
need to have a little bobbleheads for us.
I would love a bobblehead
That'd be great.
of us. I would love that.
There's other things that are happening in the world of soccer.
I knew you were gonna say that. Go ahead, talk about it.
What? The Premier League's going
Right.
on
You want to talk
currently.
about Messi?
I loved what he was doing. Did you see that kick?
Yeah.
That man just got it right in the tiniest little bit of that corner. I mean, there's no goalie in the world that was going to stop that.
Yeah, that goal was pretty incredible.
Oh, it was sick.
Yeah. And
I'm
he
going to
made
get a
it
jersey for Messi now.
and
I'm
he-
sorry, Luis. I'm sorry, but I want a Messi jersey
and
now.
he made it look so easy, huh?
He did.
Like
He
it was
did.
just like a very finesse kick, little teardrop right in the corner.
It was the sexiest thing I saw on that field. It was sexy.
Wow, Messi.
I mean, it was great.
You have a fan now.
Yeah.
90 feet from the goal.
Right.
That's how long that
Yeah, it
traveled.
and you would have thought he just like threw it.
I know.
But his kicks for most of that game, like when he was feeding passes, they were right where they were supposed to be.
Yeah,
was
I
like,
mean,
dude,
it's
you
Messi.
are bad. He's a bad man.
He's a bad man.
I mean, Liverpool was with them for 70 some odd minutes, and then like Messi was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shut the door on this
I'm
nonsense
tired.
right now."
I'm just gonna wrap it up.
Well, you sure didn't look tired. I'll tell you.
Oh no. I meant it more like,
Like
you know,
tired of playing
just
around.
playing
Gotcha.
around. We're gonna handle business.
Yeah.
And he
did.
handled.
He definitely handled that business. Yeah, and he also got to goal number 600 as well.
With Barcelona.
Yeah.
Correct. I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I'm surprised that it's only 600.
I know.
I feel like I've seen the man score like thousands of goals at this point in time.
Well,
but-
it's just with Barcelona. You
Yeah.
see him score with Argentina, and you see, that's
yeah.
probably why.
Yeah, he's constantly scoring.
Yeah, he is literally
Probably
getting
in
better
many
with
ways.
age. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's like
Well-
wine.
Does he have his own wine? Do you know?
No, but we should look into that. Call it the Messi.
Yeah. We'll have a messy wine tonight.
Do you want to keep talking about this boo of yours, Messi, or do we move on to basketball?
Next time, I'll have my Messi jersey and I'll be all official by then. A nice little Barcelona jersey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm bandwagoning. I'm hopping right on.
I love it.
Yeah. No shame.
No shame. Just do it. Who cares?
None at all.
No. Who cares? NBA playoffs. I care. I care a lot.
As you should.
It's like killing me a little bit.
Why? Because the Warriors are still in it?
Right. That's what it is a little bit. I'm super into the series, the Rockets and the Warriors. And yes, it's true. I don't like the Warriors. I don't want them to win. They are not that they're boring. It's just on paper, they should win. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Kevin Durant is killing it.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
He's killing
Much better than Curry.
Well,
it's like
here's
he's almost
the
not
thing.
even there.
Listen, I guess I'm gonna defend Curry here. Once the expectation of you carrying the team is not there anymore, how can he have the same rhythm that he had before? You can't blame the guy.
But he hasn't been there for his team in the postseason for the past few times they've been there.
Because of Durant.
But even before Durant, like the time that they won, if Clay didn't go off without Durant,
But it was both of them. Like they both kind of shared the offensive expectation.
I still think Clay was splashing more.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, to me, Clay is a little streaky.
Oh, he's
Like,
very strong.
You know, like it's like either he's super on, and if he's off, he's completely off.
Right.
With Curry, it's like you expect him to be consistently at least good, maybe not excellent, but you expect a consistent good with him, right?
Well, you
and
expect him to like at least not throw the ball out of bounds. Like it felt like he was doing that first. But like, I mean,
or miss an open dunk.
yeah, that was sad. Because like,
Completely opened
well,
up.
then like afterwards, you notice the Warriors just like were like, look, we're not going to even foul now because that would have given them, you know, what differential of like 3 points.
Yeah.
And there was still like 30 seconds left, and they're like, well, he missed that, so
Let's wrap it up,
let's
guys.
just
Let's
finish.
wrap it up. Let's not embarrass our team anymore.
Right.
Let's just wrap it up. I mean, he is 8 of 32 from the 3-point line. So I don't blame them. But Clint Capella blocks the you-know-what
the Messi.
at the Messi out of Iguodala. Did you see that block? That was like Mutombo in there.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
2 hands.
Yeah.
That was one of the nastiest blocks I've ever seen.
Oh, well, then you don't remember Jordan on Ron Mercer?
I think
He ended that man's career with that block. He was just like, he was like 45 years old, made him look bad.
Okay. I guess let's say nowadays basketball.
Nowadays basketball.
One of the
Okay.
nastiest blocks I've seen.
Okay.
And on Iguodala, who is a strong player. I
Yeah.
think that's why it was even more impressive. Because obviously, like, if he would have blocked somebody like Curry, who is not as strong and built, it wouldn't have been as cool or as awesome, in my opinion. It's the fact that Iguodala is a strong player.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And did completely shut him down in the air.
Yeah, he did.
It was incredible.
Right.
Pero for real, tell me why every time James Harden has the ball at the top of the key, everyone stops moving. Everyone becomes a statue.
Because the style of
Tell me
James
why.
Harden basketball is isolation and everybody stare and watch.
That's fine. Go ahead and do that. But I feel like
They should be cutting, yes.
Yes, make the Warriors move.
Mm-hmm.
Run to the other side. Do something.
Yeah.
Why is it that everyone stands still like a statue? And Rockets, you guys should know by what you are seeing, by the numbers, your best offense is when Chris Paul is running the offense.
Mm-hmm.
That is their best offense.
But that's not the offense they want to run.
Mike D'Antoni, you gotta fix that. It's not working. It's clearly not working.
Well, they're not down that much. It's 2-1. So
But it's like it's just really frustrating to see that play after play after play.
But they're not going to change that because that's the style of basketball James Harden wants. I mean, that's the reason he left kind of the Thunder to go to the Rockets, because he knew the Rockets would let him play the kind of basketball he wants to play. I mean, it's kind of the same basketball you see from Kyrie in the fourth quarter. I mean, in the fourth quarter, Kyrie is not looking at his team that much.
No, he's not.
He's really focused on the goal.
But I bet you if Brad Stevens was like, listen, you're not going to do that anymore,
Right.
he would change that.
Well, he needs to tell him something because they're losing.
Yeah, I mean, let's go into that game. I mean, the Bucks lead 2-1. It's a must win for Boston for sure. I think Bledsoe might be playing his best postseason. Eric Bledsoe.
Probably. I mean, I can't think of any other postseason where I'd be like, yo, Bledsoe was taking over.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
'cause
this
I
is
think
his best.
he's very emotional. Bledsoe. I think that's one of his faults. Same thing with Westbrook. Very similar, where their emotions, instead of the emotions carrying them to be better, their emotions make them worse.
Usually, yes. But I don't know, because with Westbrook, I mean, that chip on his shoulder, I think, is what has gotten him to where he is now.
Yes.
If he didn't have that, just disdain for, I guess, everybody who called him short, he wouldn't have what he has right now. So, I mean, I think he uses that as like fuel for the flames.
Oh, I'm dying. Excuse me.
Oh, goodness. Oh, my.
I'm
Water?
good.
Water,
I'm good.
please?
No, actually, I'm
Yeah,
good.
oh,
I'm so good. I'm good. I don't know what you said. That kind of threw me off there.
Oh.
I feel like the pressure, though, it's in the emotions coming at the worst times. Same thing with Chris Paul.
Right.
So I think like Bledsoe, if he could even be better if he didn't let his emotions. I mean, he got ejected because of his emotions.
Well, it feels like every game has an ejection.
I know.
Like everyone's getting ejected except for that, 4 overtime game with the Nuggets and the Trailblazers.
Great game.
Oh, that was ridiculous. It just
Great
kept going.
team.
Poor Joker had to keep playing. That poor man. I mean, he looks
That
so
dude
out of shape, but he's
looks-
in shape.
He looks like he has a dad bod.
Oh, he definitely does. What is
he's
he, like 24?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yet he can hang.
Oh,
He
no, he
played
can.
65 minutes of that game.
Oh, he can hang. And it looks almost as if he's moving sometimes in slow motion. But he's still getting it done. That floater just floats right on in. He gets those passes fed to people. He wouldn't, between somebody's legs, you're like,
There you go.
You couldn't see that. Let me get up for
In
you.
case those of you who are watching the podcast,
yeah, if you're-
or listening, excuse me,
If you're
to the
listening,
podcast,
I went between my legs with my hand and did an odd gesture.
just thank somebody that you didn't see it. Thank someone that you're not right next to him.
I did it with pants on.
Imagine Joker fit. Imagine if in this offseason he decides to, I want to look a little bit like Andre Iguodala.
You know what? But that Charles Barkley body can work,
Can it work in this basketball time? That is the question.
He seems to be doing it, the round mound to rebound. You don't get that by being thin.
That's true. That's true. All right. Who is not thin? Joel Embiid. Philly and Raptors tied.
Well, Joel is very thin.
He's a big dude. I mean, not thin. I meant thin like as in frail and like he's a big dude. Big.
I mean, yeah, but he's kind of frail-ish, but I know what you're saying.
You not like Joker.
Right. No. But here's the thing. Embiid needs to figure out if he's going to play or not.
Like if he's sick or not. Are you sick or are you not? I can't tell if I don't know.
Well, one of them was game 2. He had, he had the boo-boos. He had the runs. He was not. We've all been there before. We've all been there.
Have you been there? Let us know if you've been there.
If you're alive, you've been there before. There ain't not one person in this world that hadn't had the runs, but I'll tell you that right now. We've all had a bad night of something. But like this most recent one, he's talking about how he couldn't sleep or something. I'm like, homie, that's not an excuse to not go to work.
Right.
Like
No.
you can have a couple of nights and not resting. You still need to show up and do your job.
Yeah.
So that was a weak excuse.
So my question to you is, Kawhi Leonard is killing it.
Yeah, he's probably the best player in basketball right now.
But why aren't people saying that? Why is the focus never on Kawhi? Ever?
I don't understand. I think it's also usually he's in a smaller market each time. Like when he was in San Antonio, it's still a smaller market.
Yeah.
Even though Toronto is a major city in Canada, we consider it a smaller market as far as like how we portray the Raptors. So I think a lot of it is the smaller market aspect. We don't see as many Raptors games. We don't see as many. I mean, I guess you probably did see more Spurs games, but when he was at the top of his Spurs career, he was still kind of overshadowed by other people like Parker and Duncan and stuff like that.
So you think if Kawhi went to, I'm not saying he is, but if he went to the Clippers, he went to the Knicks,
Yeah.
it would change.
It would definitely change.
There would be more stories about Kawhi because he's like you said, the best player right now, but it's like quiet.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it.
I think that would be a lot of it. And I think also they don't want to tear down the story that they've been building up of who's better, LeBron or Durant. And if you had another person in there, now there's 3. That's too much. Like, it used to be who's better, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. They try to keep it just one
simple.
or one.
Simple for
Right.
everybody.
Just keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Not too much.
Yeah.
It's hard
People can't handle too
It's
much.
too much. It's
3 players to pick what? What? You can't do that.
Come on. What is this,
on.
a pageant? Just need 1 and 1. That's it.
That's funny. All right. We got to wrap up soon,
Okay.
John, but let's talk a little bit about free agency.
Oh, we're going there.
And talk
I
about.
wanted to talk about that basketball player.
Oh, we are, because he's going to be a free agent.
That's true, he will.
So D'Angelo Russell
Yeah. I'm so
gets
excited.
stopped. John,
I'm so excited.
why don't you tell us? Tell us you're so excited. Tell us what
all right.
D'Angelo Russell did.
I believe he was coming out of LaGuardia
He was.
Airport in New York and decided that he was going to smuggle some marijuana in a large Arizona tea can.
Iced tea can. yeah.
Iced tea that had a faux compartment inside in which you could smuggle your marijuana in. These devices have been created for a long time. There's many like, Pepsi cans, maybe even like, shaving cream, things of that
do
nature.
you know?
I've been to some places that might sell such accoutrements. Now, I was laughing, though, at the fact that this man who flies
Frequently.
very frequently did not know that you can't bring liquids of that. I mean, that's literally the biggest can of liquid you could have. And he thinks if he just walked through there with the weed in his pocket, he probably would have made it on the plane.
But the fact that it was a liquid, you're right, because it stops you immediately.
Immediately. It's just like, boy, what were you thinking?
Right.
Just put the weed in your pocket.
Just put it in the pocket, keep
walk
going.
in.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
They probably would have been like, oh, this man has some herbs.
You're silly.
Yeah.
But you think it's going to affect him in the free agency?
No, it's the NBA.
Yeah, no, not at all.
99% of them are probably high.
Yes.
We're gonna be honest with ourselves.
Let's be real. So do you think, we'll get into a bigger free agent, but do you think he'll stay as a Met?
As a net?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, still the same area. But
Wrong.
yeah, I think he'll stay in net because, again, it's not like the state of New York cares about marijuana, and especially not Brooklyn.
True.
I doubt they're going to be like, oh my goodness, is someone smoking marijuana in Brooklyn? Like, that ain't happening. So I think he'll be fine, especially because of what he's been able to do for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he does something else between now and then,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but like if it's an isolated incident, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I think you have to get 3 strikes with weed in the NBA for they even to like
to kind of pay attention.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he's gonna do?
I mean, I think he's leaving Toronto.
Okay.
And they better get this chip now because he doesn't like it up there. It's too cold.
It's too cold.
He doesn't like
weather, how it affects.
Right. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. But
You were judging me when I was talking about Seattle earlier and their weather and how it might affect the players. See?
Well, it doesn't seem to affect his play. He's still dropping dimes, but he doesn't want to be there. He wants hot wings and hot weather and probably hot women. So he wants all the hotties, and he ain't getting that in Canada.
Did you know that Serge Ibaka does a cooking segment on YouTube?
Oh, no.
So he does this cooking segment. I don't know
Chef
how often. Kind of. And he had Kawhi on the show and he made him pizza and he put some sort of testicle of an animal or something. Like, it was something absolutely disgusting. But let me tell you.
People out there eat animal testicles. Let's not offend the fans out there that do.
Something like that. Serge Ibaka asked him, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay with us in Toronto? Kawhi rather eat that disgusting pizza than answer that question. He was like, I don't know.
Wow.
So he straight up was asked by his teammate and he said, I don't know. So we'll see.
That's an absurd thing. The man decided, I'm going to put animal testicles in my mouth before answering to you. That's weird.
It was super weird.
Okay.
It was super weird.
All right. Well.
All right. And last one.
Yes.
Durant going to the Knicks.
That's what everybody's saying. But you know what? Kevin Durant is a strange individual. Now, I'm sure he's already said that he's agreed to talk with the Knicks.
For sure.
And that's probably why everybody in New York's like, he's coming to us.
Yeah.
The man said he would talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. If they win another chip, he might stay there because he gets to open up a new arena. You know they're going to put his jersey up in the rafters because he's got all these finals MVPs. And if he gets another one, you know they're going to put him up there. So I would like for him to come and become a Clipper so you can boo him. But I think the story would be great of him and LeBron being in the same Staples Center. And then you can really see who's better, one or the other.
I have such mixed feelings if he comes to the Clippers. Such mixed feelings.
I'll buy her a jersey for Durant.
I hate you so much. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we have run out of time. We can go on and on and on and on, but we can't because they're yelling at us to stop. So let us know what you think, where you think Kevin Durant's going to end up in free agency, Kawhi Leonard. Those are the 2 biggest ones I think right now. Let us know who you think is going to come out of the Gold Cup that's happening later this year. I know it's very early, but let us know what you think. Let us know if you think the Mariners are real or not so real.
I don't think they're real. I feel like the Marlins, as bad as they are more real than the Mariners, but that's
absolutely terrible. But thank you all so much for joining us here on Double Overtime. You can follow John across social media where?
You can follow me on Instagram at John024Durnell or Twitter at TwitterlessJohn. That's twit_TurlessJohn. And yes, I could make it more difficult, Monse.
Excellent. You can follow me across social media at Monse Bolanos. You can follow the network at LATV Network, also across social media. Like, comment, share. Let us know what you thought of all the things we discussed. And we will see you next time right here on Double Overtime.